Welcome aboard, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here. It is Monday, the 4th day of November 2013. Monday, November 4th, 2013. Thanks for tuning in and turning on. The latest stats are in. The top 100 selling drugs through September have been reported. This is prescription medication, not street drugs. The top 100 selling prescription medications through September are reported. Number one, believe it or not, Abilify. Number one, Abilify. Number two, Nexium. Number three, Cymbalta. Number four, Humira. Number five, Crestor. Abilify, number one, is used as a treatment for depression. Depression, how about that? $6,391 million in sales. $6 billion. This is in 1 month. 1 month. $6,391 million. Nexium, next is a proton pump inhibitor used for heartburn. Number two, it's really close. The Abilify, the antidepressant, $6,391 million. Nexium, $6,086 million. Number three, Cymbalta, also for depression, anxiety, and sometimes for pain, believe it or not, $5,432 million. Humira, for arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis, $5,350 million, and Crestor, $5,318 million. This is 1 month's sales from October 1st. Oh no, I'm sorry, 1 year's sales. I read the data wrong. I'm sorry. From October 1st, 2012 through September 30th, 2013. 12 months of sales. I got that wrong. Must be Mercury retrograde. From October 1st, 2012 through September 30th, 2013, $6 billion, $391 million spent in the United States on Abilify for depression. Number two, heartburn. Number three, depression. Number four, arthritis. So get this. This is a depression, heartburn, depression, psoriasis, and arthritis. Depression, heartburn, depression, arthritis. Depression, heartburn, depression, arthritis, and bringing up number five, cholesterol. Now, I'm going to do an expose on cholesterol in a couple of weeks. We're going to walk you through everything relating to cholesterol, all of the research that's pertinent to this cause, because we've been saying for years that there's no relationship between cholesterol and heart disease, and now the world is finally starting to listen. There are some people in powerful places that are putting together videos which are mirroring what we have been saying. We've been saying this forever. Do not take statin drugs. Do not take cholesterol-lowering drugs. If you do, you've been played by the pharmaceutical industry, because there's no relationship between high cholesterol and heart disease. It does not exist, and the people that prescribe this crap should be thrown in jail. We're going to be talking about this in a couple of weeks. I'm going to devote an entire week to breaking the back of the cholesterol mythology. Cholesterol mythology is a big, bad voodoo daddy in the United States. But number one and number three best-selling drugs in America in the last year were both for depression. How about that? Both for depression. Number two was for heartburn. Now, we need to remember, from the proper perspective, everything makes sense. If you went outside, didn't know anything about astronomy, you could reasonably conclude by watching the sun rise in the east and set in the west that the sun moves around the earth. You could even predict where it's going to be tomorrow and be pretty accurate about it, but everything you would measure and everything that you would conclude would be incorrect, because the sun does not move around the earth. The earth rotates on its axis, and it only appears as if the sun is moving. But if you didn't know any better, you could reasonably conclude by measuring stuff over the course of a year, a decade, a month, a year, 10 years, 100 years, collecting lots and lots of data, son of a gun, that, hey, it's the sun, it's moving. Look, you can see, right? It's moving, right? You can see it. Well, it's not, in fact, moving. It's only your perspective that makes it seem so. We need the proper perspective when we are trying to figure out health issues. So depression seems to be relatively rampant here, in the United States. Depression seems to be rampant here in the United States because the number 1 and the number 3 selling drugs both treat depression. Now, from our point of view, the major cause of depression is number 1, mineral deficiencies, and number 2, blood sugar anomalies. Blood sugar anomalies. Your body is starting to have problems metabolizing blood sugar. It's kind of like a 5-lane highway backing up to 4 lanes, and then 3 lanes, and then 2 lanes, and then 1 lane. Well, when you get down all the way to 1 lane, you've got type 2 diabetes. But when you're at 4 lanes, 3 lanes, or 2 lanes, from 5, you technically don't have type 2 diabetes, but all kinds of bad things can be showing up in your body-mind. All kinds of trouble can be showing up in your body-mind, not the least of which is feeling depressed, feeling unmotivated, knowing that there's stuff that you have to do, but you just can't rally yourself to do it. You don't really care anymore. You've lost your drive. You've lost your chutzpah. That's not the right word. You've lost your vim and vigor. Your get up and go, got up and left. You just can't bring yourself to deal with even the simplest task in your life. You just want to stay the heck in bed or watch TV and zombify yourself when your blood sugar is too high. This is the most common symptom of blood sugar that's too high. Now remember, blood sugar isn't the enemy. Blood sugar is the gasoline of the body. You couldn't blink an eyelash without blood sugar. You need it. Sugar is your friend. But your body needs to metabolize sugar properly, just the same way that your automobile needs to burn gasoline properly. So you've got cylinders in your car, right? Most cars have 4 cylinders, 6 cylinders, 8 cylinders, right? Let's say you're driving a 6-cylinder car, but only 3 of the cylinders are working. Only 3 of the cylinders are working. You disconnect, the spark plugs screw into the cylinders, and every time gas gets pumped into the cylinder, a little spark goes off, it ignites the gas, and that's what makes the wheels go round and round. Well, let's say 3 of your spark plugs didn't work. You could have a full tank of gas, step on the gas, but the car would sputter, and it wouldn't be right. It wouldn't respond right. It would respond sluggishly. And, you know, in some cars, it wouldn't respond at all because of the computer system. But my point is, it's not the gasoline, it's not the sugar, it's how the body, how the car is using it and burning it up. It's either burning it up efficiently, the way that God and nature intended it to, or it's running on only a couple of cylinders. So when your body loses the raw materials necessary to metabolize sugar, even when you eat the right amount of sugar, there's going to be too much sugar in your blood because your body can't metabolize it quickly enough. Can't keep up. So you get sugar building up in the blood, and it makes your mood all funky. All kinds of funky. And I mean all kinds of funky. You want to prove it to yourself? You want to prove how funky it makes you feel? Go buy 3 Milky Way bars and eat them. Go get 3 Milky Way bars and eat them back to back. Now, what would be better would be go and get Butterfinger. Yeah, get 3 Butterfingers. Eat them back to back. The big ones, too, the king-size ones. Just eat 3 Butterfingers within 20 minutes. Set your watch, and then check in with yourself and see how you feel, how you're feeling in the next 30 minutes to the next 60 minutes. Just see how that much sugar in your body makes you feel. You're going to feel like crap. You might even fall asleep. Something is definitely going to happen to depress your mood. I'll tell you what it was that depressed your mood. It was too much sugar in the blood. The main cause of too much sugar in the blood is your medical doctor. You have a bad medical doctor because your medical doctor is completely unaware of the relationship between nutrition and blood sugar metabolism, even though in 1958 it was proven that one of the key components to blood sugar metabolization is the presence of the mineral chromium. Yeah, it's the same stuff that's on your bumpers. Chromium. How about that? It's not really the same stuff, but it's in the same family. Chrome is made from chromium. So when your body runs out of trace minerals like chromium, like vanadium, and like 27 other minerals that you haven't even heard about, never even heard these words before, your body starts to be able to not metabolize sugar appropriately. So the 5-lane superhighway that you have in your blood goes down to 4 lanes. Then it goes down to 3, and then it goes down to 2, and then it goes down to 1, and then you have frank type 2 diabetes. But as it's on the way down, you'll go to your doctor, he'll do the blood work, and it seems normal. Everything's in the normal limit. That's because the blood work that the doctor uses is only designed to test when it's already gone down to 1 lane. It's only designed to show a problem once the house is burned to the ground. It's only designed to show a problem once the problem is already there. There's nothing preventive. There's nothing about the functional ability of your body that the blood work measures. Your MD is clueless about it. Your MD will tell you when, you're at the upper end of the normal limit of the blood work, just come back when you're over the limit, when your blood is abnormal, and I'll give you insulin. But between now and then, there's nothing we can do because your medical doctor is completely uninformed about medical nutrition, and this is a tragedy. So you go about your day-to-day life. There's not enough minerals in the food because there's only one place minerals are found. Minerals are found in the soil. The only person that can make a mineral is God. Plants can't make minerals. Animals can't make minerals. The only person that can make chromium and vanadium and calcium and magnesium and sulfur and zinc is God. If you don't believe in God, I can't help you. Nature. Nature makes minerals. Let's say that. It's God that makes minerals. The force of nature. So minerals are in the soil, but mostly not. Minerals are not evenly spread out in the soil. And because they're not evenly spread out in the soil, it's very, very easy for you, me, and everybody else to become minerally deficient. So guess what? We eat 3 square meals a day, but the meals that we're eating don't have calcium and chromium and vanadium and the other minerals we need. We become minerally deficient. Our body starts having trouble processing sugar. We get depressed. And then we go to the MD. And when we come back from the break, I'll tell you what happens next. Stick around. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Peter Glidden here, your steadfast advocate for health, pulling back the curtain on MD insanity. So, you follow the advice of General Mills, you follow the advice of Monsanto, you follow the advice of Dr. Oz, you follow the advice of your medical doctor about what you should eat. By the way, your medical doctor has no training, no experience, no respect, and very little even appreciation for medical nutrition. But they're more than happy to tell you what to and what not to eat. And so, because you've been told through 100 years of socialization that they own the secret decoder ring to all things having to do with health, you believe them. So you eat 3 square meals a day, but the meals that you're eating do not contain the minerals that your body needs, so your body runs out of minerals. Depending on which minerals your body runs out of, depending on which vitamins and essential fatty acids also, and amino acids your body runs out of, different things in your body start to break. When you run out of a handful of minerals, your body starts having trouble metabolizing blood sugar, and you get depressed. So you're in trouble, and so you go to your medical doctor, your MD, and your MD prescribes Abilify, which is the leading drug sold in the United States in the last 12 months. Abilify for depression. One of the major side effects of Abilify is obsessive-compulsive gambling, obsessive-compulsive shopping, obsessive-compulsive behavior. So you take Abilify for a couple of months, and then you just can't help yourself, and you have to gamble, and so you go and you lose the family farm in Las Vegas, and your medical doctor sleeps soundly that night. Other side effects, less extreme, of Abilify for depression: blurry vision, problems with sex function, change in the breasts, change in the menstrual period, headache, lightheadedness, dizziness, swelling of the hands or feet, high blood pressure, lost weight, gained weight, mouth feels too dry, mouth feels too wet, constipation, nausea, pain in the upper middle of the stomach, unexpected increases in urination, trouble urinating, urinating frequently, sleepiness, sleeping a lot, trouble getting to sleep. Side effects of the drug. Side effects of the drug. Oh, by the way, your medical doctor forgot to tell you that in moderately depressed patients, placebo, the positive placebo response is 50% and often indistinguishable to the response rate from Abilify. So, which means just as many people who take placebo for depression feel better or feel as good as they do when they're on Abilify. It's only the super-duper depressed people that are like on the borderland of psychosis, really like, shoot me now, suicidal. Those people feel better for a little while from the drug. But placebo is just as good as the drug, if not better, but your MD never prescribes placebo because there ain't no money in it. And, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you prescribe something without any side effects just to see what would happen? Because your MD is not trained to be concerned with your health. Your MD is trained to be a shill for the pharmaceutical industry and to get you to take as many flippin' drugs as possible. Meanwhile, the mineral deficiencies go unchecked, unnoticed, unmanaged, unfixed. So it's only a matter of time, now that you're taking Abilify, that you develop greater and greater and greater mineral deficiencies, and then you get high blood pressure, and then you get arthritis, and then you get insomnia and panic attacks, and then you die. All because you took the wrong dog to the hunt. All because you bought it, hook, line, and sinker, the false cultural notion that your MD knows what's best for you, and they do not. Remember, folks, it's not the drug, it's how it's used. Thank God for morphine. Thank God for Novocaine. Thank God for the sterile technique. But giving an antidepressant like Abilify for depression is just this side of insane, because it completely overlooks the main cause of clinical depression, which is elevated levels of blood sugar. Sometimes there's also a thyroid problem that's involved. That's also a mineral deficiency problem. For goodness sakes, folks. 50% improvement from placebo, but instead of giving you placebo that has zero side effects, they'll give Abilify. And then you die. For goodness sake, stop taking the wrong dog to the hunt. Stop duck hunting with chihuahuas. Stop trying to find lost children in the wilderness with lap dogs. They're the wrong dog for the hunt. Your MD is the wrong person to go to for a chronic disease. The right person to go to is a naturopathic physician, me, Dr. Wallach, or anybody that has a clue about longevity. We're going to Boston when we come back. Stick around. Go Red Sox. Hey, Andrew back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Peter Glidden here, your steadfast advocate for health, for goodness sake. There's no other profession that can get it wrong so frequently and still have a job. Let's go to Boston and celebrate the Red Sox victory with Renee. Hey, Renee, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. How are you?
Good, thanks. How about those Red Sox, huh?
I know. We're happy here. And I heard you were from here.
Yeah, I'm originally from Nantucket Island, born and raised on Nantucket Island. Most of my family still lives there. Went to the University of Massachusetts as an undergrad. How about that? I
read that. Nantucket's nice.
Yeah, Nantucket was nice. When I grew up on Nantucket in the, I was born in the late 50s, early 60s. When I grew up in Nantucket, it was a normal New England town. And everything changed in the mid-'80s. Some investors from Texas, I think, got to Nantucket and they bought a golf course, and they built a very exclusive golf course, like $100 grand to be a member. And before they finished the course, before they completed construction, the membership was sold out. So in the mid-'80s, all of a sudden, there were a couple hundred multi-millionaires going to Nantucket, and with all of their, very well-heeled friends, and they found everybody who goes to Nantucket falls in love with it. So, of course, they all started buying real estate, and practically overnight, the real estate environment of Nantucket completely changed. Now you can't get anything for less than $1 million there, even a doghouse. And, it's kind of become the land of the rich and famous now. But when I was growing up there, it was just a normal New England town. Kind of breaks my heart now when I go back to see how much it's changed, really. But in any event, yes, it's true. I grew up on Nantucket Island. How about that?
Oh, I haven't been there since early 80s, so I haven't seen all the new...
Well, you wouldn't recognize it. If you go in the summer, it's like, you have to mortgage your house just to have dinner there. I mean, for goodness sake. But in any event, it's still a very beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. There's a lot of really great people who live there. I still have a lot of family there. And, all things considered, it's not a bad place to be. So how can I help you, Renee? Why'd you call?
Okay. I actually went on your webinar this morning, and I was the one who looked at that huge paragraph, and you answered it. But I have a problem with the BTT. I can't take it. It upsets my stomach.
So how do you take it?
I can't take it. That's the only thing I haven't been taking. Actually,
well, when you took it, right? How did you do it? I mean, how many scoops did you put, and how much water did you use, and how long did you take to drink it down?
Do you know the Voss bottles, the big Voss bottles, the glass ones?
Yeah.
Okay. I put 1 scoop in that, and I kind of nurse it during the day.
And when you did that, was it the taste that was a problem?
No, my stomach, I'd have, pains in my stomach.
Well, so walk me through it. So did you get heartburn? Did you get cramps? Did you get diarrhea? Did you get gas?
No.
What did you get?
No, just little cramps in my stomach after. And it comes pretty soon after I take even just, probably like a quarter of a glass.
All right. And was it the red Beyond Tangy Tangerine or the orange?
It's a blue bottle.
Yeah, was the top, blue. So the top was blue? Yeah.
Yeah, it's blue.
Yeah,
white
blue bottle.
plastic. Yeah.
All right. So how long ago did you buy it?
End of September.
Okay. So, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee on everything Longevity sells. So inside of 30 days, you could have sent it back and got your money back.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, just so you know. Well, moving forward, you'll know. But one thing that you can do is you can give that to somebody in your family or sell it to them. Sell it to them for $20.
I give it to my mother and my son.
Okay, good. Well, even better. Now, so here's what you might want to experiment with, because you don't really have that many options here. Because remember, right, this is comprehensive holistic medical nutrition, and we need all 90 essential nutrients, not just, a few of them. So the next thing for you to try, so what that means is there's something in that supplement that your stomach didn't like. Something in that supplement that your stomach didn't like, and God only knows what it was. But Longevity moves forward with clinical experience and more research, and they recently refined that product to a version 2.0, Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0. It's called, the technical term is Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 Peach Infusion. It's an orange bottle instead of a blue bottle. It's Beyond Tangy Tangerine that's been modified. So there's less stuff in the new one that can upset your stomach than is in the old one. So I'm going to bet you 25 cents that if you just switch to the new 2.0 Peach Infusion Beyond Tangy, that the stomach issue won't be present. It just won't be there. Now, if it is there, just send it back and get your money back, right? But now, the reason that I'm recommending that you do this, besides some other analog, is because it's really important to get the 90 essential nutrients. And the best way to get the 90 essential nutrients, the easiest way to get the 90 essential nutrients, the most economical way on your pocketbook to get the 90 essential nutrients is with one of the Healthy Start Packs. And all of the Healthy Start Packs have the Beyond Tangy Tangerine in them, either the old version or the new version. I calculated once, a number of years ago, how much money it would take to go to GCN or GNC, go to GNC, General Nutrition Center, and get everything that's in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, you know, everything that's in it, just buy a bottle of it on the shelf. It was crazy, man. It was like $500 in order to get all of the stuff that's in that Beyond Tangy Tangerine. The Beyond Tangy Tangerine is, in my opinion, my opinion's a good one about this because I've been in this industry for a quarter of a century. That Beyond Tangy Tangerine is the most sophisticated, most effective multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement anywhere in the world. There's nothing that even comes close to this supplement. So it would be a good idea to try the newest version and see if your stomach's okay with it, rather than just abandon ship and, you know, do Plan B. Plan B is still going to be good for you, but Plan A is way better. Now, so do you are you able to eat yogurt?
No, I have a problem with dairy since my 20s.
What's the problem?
Upset stomach. Yeah.
That's interesting. Are you blood type O?
Oh, negative, yep.
Yeah, how did I know that? See, because I'm a smart cracker, I tell you what. Blood type O has a problem with dairy products. So a buddy of mine, well, he's not really a buddy of mine, a colleague of mine, Peter D'Adamo, who's a naturopathic physician like myself, he wrote that book, Eat Right for Your Type, right?
I have it, yes, and he's right here in Portsmouth. Yeah,
he is, yeah. So it may be prudent for you, or it may be helpful to you. It may be kind of like a little extra stuff that you can do. And you don't, well, you've got the book, so you don't even have to do anything different. But write down the top 10 foods that are bad for blood type O. And in addition to avoiding my 10 bad foods, right?
Okay.
Avoid his 10 bad foods as well for blood type O. So eliminate the 10 bad foods that Dr. Wallach and myself talk about, and then in addition to that, remove anything else that he says is like super duper bad for blood type O, because dairy is one thing that blood type O shouldn't even look at. Now my clinical experience with this has been in the wonderful world of this food intolerance based on your blood type thing. There are some people where it's a big deal. And there's other people where it's a medium-sized deal, and then there's other people where it's a little deal. It's not that big of a deal. But if you, since, you know, teenage years, notice that dairy is a problem for you, then there might be something here. And modifying your diet all the way along the Eat Right for Your Type parameters, plus eliminate my 10 bad foods, I mean, that just really might stand you in good stead here. Was your chief complaint was colitis, wasn't it, or irritable bowel or something?
I do have digestive issues, but sinusitis when the humidity drops below 43, and I am like a hygrometer here. When it's anything below 43, I get headaches and I get really dried out.
All right, so you need more essential fatty acids, right?
Okay.
You need more
how many
essential.
Should I be taking?
Well, how much do you weigh?
90.
How much?
90.
90?
I lost 20 pounds.
Okay.
I lost 20 pounds, yeah.
All right, well, I'll help you find those back. So I want you to take 6 EFA plus a day.
Okay.
6 EFA plus a day with a meal. I'd like to see...
2 and 2?
Yeah, 2, 2, and 2. I'd like to see you take 4 selenium a day.
Okay, that was my other question. Selenium, I do a lot of nuts. No, because think it through, right? The Brazil nut or whatever doesn't magically make selenium. There's only selenium in the nut if there was selenium in the soil that the nut grew in, that the nut tree grew in. If there's no selenium in the soil that the Brazil nut tree grew in, there ain't no selenium in the Brazil nut. So copper too, then.
Yeah, so that's got the copper in it as well. That's why your hair's gray. So I'd like to see you do. Actually, I'm going to take it back, and I'm going to tell you to do 6 a day. 2, 2, and 2 of the selenium. Yeah, and do 2, 2, and 2, just like you did the EFA plus. I'd like to see you do 1 ounce of the white liquid calcium immediately before bed.
I do that.
Okay, and switch over to hold on. Switch over to the Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0, but here's how I want you to do it.
Okay.
I want you to do a half a scoop in 12 ounces of water 4 times a day. A half a scoop in 12 ounces of water 4 times a day, and I want you to take 1 hour to drink it down each time. And I want you to put it in cold water.
Okay.
Put ice in it. So mix it up, put the half a scoop in water, and then put ice in it.
I usually do room temperature. Okay.
Okay? Do that.
Yep.
And I bet you that that's going to make all the difference in the world. You know, your body's like totally nutritionally starved. And one other thing that you can do, just to kind of prime the pump a little, and we're running out of time here, so I'm going to have to close it down. Get 1 bottle of the plant-derived minerals or the cherry mints. 1 bottle of the plant minerals or the cherry mints, and do half an ounce twice a day. Half an ounce of the minerals 2 times a day. Check out the good food, bad food list, of course. Check out the Eat Right for Your Blood Type list. And give me a call back after you've tried the Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 for 7 days. Call me back on the radio. I'll see what happens, and I'll walk you through it. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the trust. Now go out there and get your health back, Renee. Going to talk to Kay in Georgia when we come back, folks. How about that? It's East Coast Day here at Fire Your MD Now. Stick around. 866-582-9933. That's the number to call in to speak to me live. 866-582-9933. 866-582-9933. If you're listening to the podcast, that number, 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696. Let's go down to Georgia and see what Kay's up to. Hello, Kay. Thanks for calling. You are live.
Hi, Doc. Thanks for doing all that you do. I have some longevity reps on the line now, but we've compressed some of our questions. We have a gentleman that's dealing with, as a matter of fact, my son-in-law, avascular necrosis.
Oh, yeah, that's fancy schmancy doctor talk for tissue destruction in a certain part of the body. It's like tissue in certain parts of the body is just dying. Where does he have it? What part of his body?
Well, it started in the shoulder, but it's moved to his hip, and I think it's going to the other hip as well.
Yeah. See, it's interesting, right, because the MDs don't have, they know how to diagnose it, more or less. They know what to call it. But they're completely clueless about what causes it, and they have no idea whatsoever on God's green earth about what to do to help your body fix itself. And so all they can do is give anti-inflammatories. I mean, has he been given prednisone yet?
Yeah. I don't. Okay, well, yes, they have. Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, as God is my witness, remember, it's not the drug, it's how it's used, right? But if all of a sudden, overnight, the MDs were no longer able to prescribe prednisone, they'd all be out of a job because they just throw prednisone at everything, you know, which is like taking an aspirin for... Yeah, well, it's like taking an aspirin for pain. It'll make you feel better temporarily, but it doesn't fix the ultimate cause of the problem. So there's got to be some other things going on with this man besides avascular necrosis, like obesity or sleep problem or depression or anxiety or high blood pressure or heartburn. There's got to be something else, so line it up for me.
Well, he's present on the line. If he can speak for himself, that'd be great.
Well, actually...
Okay, well, his wife is there. So what's going on with him?
He sleeps a lot. He just goes to work, and then when he comes in, completely out of it. He doesn't really take the medicine that they prescribe for him because he told me he didn't want to be, like that. He's in so much pain right now that he's using pain.
All right, so there's... He also has what? Go ahead.
He also had surgery on his back where he had to slip disc.
Yeah,
so
okay, good. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, he needs,
All right, so the game is afoot here. The only reason that you get a slip disc is because your body runs out of the raw materials it needs to keep the disc healthy, right? I mean, if your car runs out of, if the tire runs out of air, it goes flat. You just got to fix the hole and put more air in it, and so that's what we have to do with his body, is we have to give his body the nutrients it needs to fix itself, get out of the way, and keep our fingers crossed and see what happens. What's his current body weight?
About 185.
Yeah, okay, so let's start him with a 200-pound dose.
He's about 205. He's about 205.
All right, so the recommendation would be 2 healthy bone and joint packs, 2 healthy bone and joint packs, 4 bottles of selenium, 2 bottles of CM capsules, 2 bottles of CM capsules. Bet you didn't think I was going to say that. 2 bottles of this, 2 bottles of the CM capsules. CM capsules is an excellent natural anti-inflammatory of sorts. It takes a little bit longer to kick in, but once it kicks in, often it really goes a long way towards stepping down pain in a non-addictive way, in a way that's not going to hurt your liver or your kidneys or your stomach while we're waiting for the medical nutrition outside to work or inside to work. So 2 healthy bone and joint packs, 4 bottles of selenium, and 2 bottles of plant minerals a month, 2 bottles of plant minerals, and 2 bottles of the CM cream. Plus, he's got to eliminate the 10 bad foods. He has to do that. If he does not clean up his diet, this is not going to work. He must stop eating the 10 bad foods. And the good news is, once he does stop eating the 10 bad foods, he's going to feel better immediately just from doing that. So there's a lot of potential benefit here. And again, what we look to see, right, is specific and measurable, noticeable change within 2 to 3 weeks. We're all out of time, Kay. I'm sorry. I'll take you at the top of the next hour if you want to stick around. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD Now. Back at 6 after the hour.